President Donald J. Trump indicted over for what? 38 accounts of federal charges? What? Okay. Yeah. The left keeps on waging war against, well, our actual values as normal people. And the Supreme Court, well, falters once again. I'm Anthony Rader, and this is Politically Unhinged. All right, you heard that right, people. Donald Trump has been indicted once again for what, the second time this year? And here's the thing with this indictment. This indictment is over the classified information that they found in Mar-a-Lago. But here's the thing. Donald Trump actually had the power to declassify stuff as president. And here's the thing. All right, as president, he could basically think it, and it would be declassified. But, well, know something. The left doesn't care about that. The left doesn't care that even with the constitutional power that Donald Trump had with the executive branch, that he could go ahead and declassify literally anything and everything, they just don't care. I mean, it doesn't affect them in any way. I mean, after all, well, Hillary Clinton had freaking classified information that she wasn't supposed to have in her freaking server that she permanently deleted. I mean, what? It's not supposed to affect them because it's rules for thee. All right? Rules for thee. All right? And the rules for thee are for the Republicans. And if Donald Trump was still a Democrat, because, look, he was a Democrat. He was a registered Democrat for a very, very, very long time. If he was still a Democrat, he would not be getting indicted over this information. We know this because back in 2016, they didn't do anything with Hillary Clinton when she happened to go ahead and have the stupid classified information on her desktop. And yet, we're supposed to be outraged that Donald Trump had classified information that was locked up in a closet in Mar-a-Lago in a safe. We're supposed to be outraged by that. That is not okay. But well, no, it is okay. Like Pence having the classified information that he's not supposed to have. Hillary Clinton having classified information that she's not supposed to have. Joe Biden having classified information that he was not supposed to have. And the classified information was in his freaking garage. It was in his garage, people. In his Corvette. That he's not allowed to drive because he's too old that they took the keys away from him. So, what does this all mean as the American people? Well, one thing's for sure, all right? It's basically a guarantee now that Donald Trump is going to win the nomination. But but as someone that is supporting DeSantis in the nomination, and I personally wish it wasn't the case. But however, this is what's going to happen. President Donald Trump is going to win the Republican nomination. And what will most likely happen as well is that he will win the presidency, even though people like Ben Shapiro will disagree with me on the matter because he says that, look, independents don't really care about the indictment of Donald Trump. Well, here's the thing. Independents really do care about this. Because, I mean, look, you must be talking to different independents that what I'm seeing, or like the polls that I'm seeing. I'm just saying, I've seen polls where independents are like, well, this is stupid. Why is he getting indicted? Yes, he shouldn't have the classified information, but it's stupid that he's getting indicted. So, as the American people, we should be furious that this is happening because our Department of Defense, that's our Department of Justice, went ahead and they sent a president with the classified information with Hillary Clinton. saying that, hey, it is okay for you to have this stuff, especially if you are already a candidate for the presidential election. So they will not indict you because of it. Well, what else is going on here? Are we going ahead and saying that, like, okay, whatever? Well, here's the thing, all right? We already know that the swamp is scared of President Donald J. Trump. Because, one, he has information on them like no one else does. That's, but it also brings up the matter of fact that if there's really stuff out there, it doesn't really matter. Because they said this president that it doesn't matter if you're a presidential candidate. So should this charge be going on regardless? No, it should not be. It should not be going on whatsoever. But, as you know, the left doesn't seem to care. All right? They don't care. All right? Because, like I said, if Donald Trump was a Democrat, still a Democrat, they wouldn't care. Keep in mind, they loved him before he went ahead and declared that he's going to be running for president as a Republican. Now, here's the thing, all right? I still think that if Donald Trump ran as a Democrat in 2016, yes, he would still most likely get elected. All right? And they're going to be, the Democrats wouldn't be going on like, oh, these so-called MAGA extremists. So, but yeah, like, what the hell is going on here? Here, our entire country is faltering, and the entirety of this is because the FBI, the Department of Justice, doesn't care about you. What's going to happen is that these people are trying to actually set up a civil war. Granted, look, I think we've been in one for almost 10 years now. It just hasn't gotten to the shooting really yet. And people can disagree with me, but look, it's a matter of fact. We've been in one for a while. But it's just a fact. Because, like, the media landscape, it has been encouraging people to riot, has been encouraging people to be violent against these institutions when they're actually doing their job that they're supposed to. But at the same time, if the person is a Republican, they indoctrinate him for it. They go ahead and they say, like, oh yeah, they're bad, they're terrible. They shouldn't be doing this, blah, blah, blah. But here's the thing, all right? The issues with the entirety of the liberal media, this is including, Communist News Network, CNN, and MSNBC, Phone News Network, Fox News, NPR, or all of them. All right. So, what is really going on here? Do they seriously do not want Donald Trump elected that badly? Or do they think that Donald Trump is the easier candidate to beat? Personally, I think it's the latter. I think that they think that Donald Trump's the easier candidate to beat because they claim to beat Donald Trump legitimately in 2020. Even though that there was so many shenanigans going on during that election. During that election cycle, there was so much shit going on where, like, the Republican poll watchers were even allowed a freaking, 100 feet to verify if these ballots were correct in Philadelphia. Like, they needed binoculars just to see if it was an actual ballot, and they still couldn't tell. But let's keep on going with this. Yes. This is one of the things that I agree with Ben Shapiro, is that they potentially see Donald Trump as the weaker link against him and DeSantis. That's why they've been pushing all this stuff. But at the same time, we like to say that Joe Biden doesn't really know what he's doing, but I think he does in this moment. Because if he didn't know what he was doing, well, okay. But in this moment, he does. All right. He is trying to ensure that there is not a rematch in 2024. He's doing this by making the DNC not even hold debates against him and the other candidates that have declared for the Democrat nomination. This shows how weak he is. Yes. Here's the thing. RFK Jr., all right, registered Democrat, running as a Democrat. A lot of people like him. I think he's all right. Because here's the thing, all right? His political beliefs are basically the same as his father's and his uncle's. They're basically the same. Very, very similar. Everyone likes to say, oh, he's an old world Democrat. Well, here's the thing. Your old world Democrats are considered Republicans now because how far the left has gone. All right. So we're going to go ahead and deep dive more into this Trump stuff. All right. So, sorry about that. Ben Shapiro covered this on his show yesterday. Whether or not if we should be expecting anything from this indictment. All right. Come on.
Let it be stated up front that the treatment of classified material by various public officials is extremely messy. So among the public officials that we know have had classified material in a place they weren't supposed to have that classified material, that'd be like Hillary Clinton, Joe Biden, Mike Pence, Donald Trump. The only one of those four people who had the power to summarily declassify if he had gone through any sort of procedure with regard to declassification was President Trump. The president can summarily declassify anything. He's the head of the executive branch. None of those other characters were able to declassify anything. So that's number one. Number two, why exactly was Trump holding these classified materials in the first place? So all the theories at the time when this news broke back in 2022 is that it must have been because Trump was seeking to pass them off to the Russians. He was seeking to pass them off to the Chinese. There was some sort of nefarious, evil plan by Donald Trump to do something with the documents. He was going to hand the nuclear codes over to Xi Jinping. He was going to make sure that Vladimir Putin knew exactly where our nuclear submarines were or something like that. And then, as it turns out, according to pretty much everybody who has testified in this case, apparently, Donald Trump just decided to hold on to documents because, wait for it, Donald Trump just wanted to hold on to documents, which only fits with everything we know about him. Whatever you say about Trump, Trump is a willful human being who likes to do the things that he likes to do. And this is true in literally every area of his life. So the likely thing that happened is he left the White House and he's like, hey, look, it's a letter. Kim Jong-un, Kim signed it. I'm gonna bring it. And so he brought it. And that was the end of the story. And then the National Archives like, can we have the letter? He's like, I don't know where it is. Who knows? And that's pretty much the extent of it. Now, is that a national security threat to the extent that the former president of the United States and the current Republican frontrunner for the nomination ought to be indicted on criminal charges? No. The answer is no. And the reason the answer is no is because we have the disparate treatment of those other public officials, including, most egregiously, Hillary Clinton. We'll look at what Hillary Clinton actually did because it's actually relevant in this context that the FBI and the DOJ decided not to prosecute Hillary Clinton for her activities surrounding taking home classified documents and loading them up onto an unclassified server, a secret private server that she kept in her bathroom. And then she actually ended up using bleach pit to clean the documents when it became clear that she was suspected of holding those documents. And then those classified documents ended up on the very not classified computer of a pervert named Anthony Weiner, who was Huma Abedin's husband. Hillary and Huma were very close. She was her top aide. And those documents ended up on Anthony Weiner's computer where he was sexting 15-year-olds. And she still didn't get prosecuted. I mean, it's hard to think of looser use of classified material than it ends up on Anthony Weiner's computer next to Anthony's wiener. That is very difficult to think of Donald Trump doing anything that is remotely as sloppy as that. Okay, but here is what we know right now about the indictment. Trump himself disclosed the indictment according to CNBC in a series of posts on his Truth Social media site.
All right. There you have it. All right. That was Ben Shapiro on the Trump indictment. All right. So like I said, him and I basically agree on this. All right. It's stupid. All right. Even Ron DeSantis, or like as Donald Trump suggests, Ron DeSantimonious. Run! Meatball run. So, even Ron DeSantis is out there defending Trump because this is stupid. This is unprecedented. This entire thing is so outrageous that we're looking at it and we're just going like, hey, this is completely fine, right? No. It is so insane. Well, if we just look at the information that we're getting from everyone in this situation, we got to raise our eyebrows against it. Like, why are we indicting a guy that happened to be president, had the authority to declassify literally anything that he could want to do just by thinking about it? Because here's the thing, there is not an actual way to declassify information when you are the president of the United States. You are the ultimate declassifier. It's outlined that in the Constitution, by the way, just so you know. So, everyone's been going on like, Donald Trump bad. No, bad Donald Trump. You can't be doing that. All right, so, according to Daily Wire, there are 5 key takeaways from the Trump indictment. Okay, yeah, and we're going to be diving into this right now. No. This is from the Daily Wire. 5 key takeaways, all right? And keep in mind, there is still no trial set. And President Trump is being charged with 37 felony accounts on this stuff, which is stupid. It is so insane that this is happening to us. This is such a banana republic. Joe Biden's America is no different from the banana republics in Central America. All right. So the 5 key takeaways. All right. One, the contents of the classified materials recovered throughout the course of the investigation. All right. So the classified documents were stored in boxes, as we know. Okay. Like, obviously. All right. And the information was regarding defense weapons capabilities of both the United States and foreign countries, United States nuclear programs, and the potential vulnerabilities of the United States and the U.S. allies, and plans to possibly retaliation in response to foreign attackers. So, the Department of Defense, no, bad. They're saying that President Donald Trump allegedly he had this in his possession. That's, like I said, allegedly. These are all documents from the CIA, the DOD, the NSA. See, all of these so-called bureaus, the places that aren't supposed to be spying on us American citizens, and we're just supposed to be like, yeah, okay, whatever. Here's the thing, it doesn't add up. It doesn't, okay? 2, Trump allegedly showed members of the media classified materials in a recorded interview in which he acknowledged that the material was still classified, okay? In July 2021 at Trump National Golf Club in Bedminster, New Jersey, the Bedminster Club, during an audio recorded meeting with a writer, a publisher, and 2 members of his staff, none of whom possessed a security clearance, Trump showed and described a plan of attack that Trump said was prepared for him by the Department of Defense and a senior military official. Trump told the individuals that the plan was highly confidential and secret. Trump also said, as president, I could have declassified it, and now I can't, but this is still a secret. Well, here's the thing, all right? Even if this stuff if it is like that. It's changed all the freaking time. All right? It's changed so often that it's not even funny. Yeah. Okay. 3. All right. Trump had a co-conspirator who was charged in connection with the alleged crimes. Co-conspirator? Maybe there's something else going on. All right. Prosecutors who charged Waltine Nawuda, I don't have no clue if I'm pronouncing this right, with conspiracy of obstructing justice, withholding a document of record, corruptly concealing a document or record, concealing a document in a federal investigation, scheme to conceal, and false statements and representations. Okay, what? So, Nauda, whatever their name is, okay, whatever, was a member of the United States Navy stationed as a valet in the White House while Trump was in office in August 2021. They became Trump's executive assistant and served as Trump's personal aide or body man, the indictment says. So, this is it really? This is what you're getting at for another person? It is such a shot in the dark. All right, 4. Prosecutors say Trump committed 5 specific examples of trying to obstruct the investigation. Okay, ready? Here are the 5, and they are so dumb. 1. Suggesting that his attorney falsely represent to the FBI and grand jury that Trump did not have documents called for by the grand jury subpoena. Okay, what? Like I said, President of the United States, declassify anything just by thinking about it. Directing defendant Waltine Nauda, whatever that name is, to move boxes of documents to conceal them from Trump's attorney, the FBI, and the grand jury. Well, all this is such speculation, but let's keep on going. Suggesting that his attorney hide or destroy documents called for by the grand jury subpoena. Okay, where's your proof of that? Where is it? There's nothing on there in this entire thing. All right. 4. Providing the FBI and the grand jury just some of the documents called for by the grand jury subpoena, while claiming that he was cooperating fully. Well, there's the thing. He was cooperating fully. He was doing exactly that. Because cooperating as someone that has all this information, he went ahead and did that. Just saying, he went ahead and did it. All right. Causing a certification to be submitted to the FBI and grand jury, falsely representing that all documents called for by the grand jury subpoena had been produced, while knowing that, in fact, not all such documents had been produced. Well, here's the thing, all right? During this entire thing, he was communicating with the National Archives, saying, hey, what stuff do you need back? And they went ahead. They were like, oh, yeah, you're good. You're good. You're good. You're fine now. And then they went ahead and raided President Trump. Are you serious? This raid? Are you that freaking serious? You raided this man's house over your own negligence. All right. This is why we need to get someone in office that actually cares about the American people. All right. Here's the thing. Trump is a private citizen now. All right. He. Ugh. All of this idiocracy in America right now. I swear. All right, guys, put it in the chat what you think is going on with this stuff. Got one more thing to touch up on in this particular situation. I will also be answering your comments, your questions. Put them in the chat. Now, also from Daily Wire, Trump actually suggests that the FBI planted all of this stuff. Would we actually be surprised if they did? I wouldn't be. I know for a fact you wouldn't be. As you can see from Daily Wire, all right? Trump suggests FBI planted classified material into evidence they took during raid. Here's the thing. It wouldn't surprise me because the FBI is so corrupt. Would it really surprise anyone? No. All right. Like I said, if Trump was a Democrat, this stuff wouldn't be happening. All right. So this is a quote from Donald Trump. Obviously, I have to read it like him. This is what he wrote on Truth Social. All right. When the FBI raided Mar-a-Lago, they wouldn't let my lawyers or representatives anywhere near them. They wouldn't tell us. They wouldn't tell us, folks. I'm sorry. They wouldn't tell us what they took. Knowing them, I'm saying knowing them, folks. All right. I knew the FBI really well. Well, and based on the performance, they probably stuffed in other documents. Other documents, folks. Can't believe that. They stuffed other documents, folks. My lawyers had to wait outside on a very hot day. It was so hot, guys. It was very, very hot. It gets hot in Florida. Yeah, it was very hot. The FBI took my medical records, my birth certificate, and my passports. Can you believe that, folks? They took all my personal information. Can you believe that? And just about anything else they were able to get on their hands. Like, come on. What a group. What a group, folks. That's all I'm saying. What a group. They're so corrupt. But here's the thing, all right? They didn't do this to crooked Joe Biden or crooked Hillary. They didn't do it to them, folks. They didn't do any such thing, all right? No such thing whatsoever. Can you believe that? They punished me, but not them. Can you believe that, folks? But yeah, so they went ahead and did this. And we're not supposed to raise any eyebrows. We're just supposed to be like, yeah, let's keep it going. I guess it's fine. So, would we honestly be surprised that all of this stuff is planted? I mean, I wouldn't. I don't think you guys would. The left, for sure, would go like, the FBI, they don't plant stuff. But at the same time, they'll be like, can you believe that? That is wrong. The police definitely planted that cocaine on that black man. That is them, all right? And here's the thing, all right? That is so stupid with both parties, okay? Okay, is that like the last chance defund the police? For what? They already can't do their job. You want to defund them more? Oh, fuck. Okay. Right chance. Defund the FBI. Yeah. And then we go ahead and we give each other criticisms for this. All right. It's honestly kind of funny when we see the Republicans and the Democrats going at it, trying to be all high and mighty. Hey, we need to defund the FBI. You're such a racist and a bigot. The FBI is a great institution. And then the Democrat goes like, we need to like defund the like police, okay? They already can't do their job because of how much you defunded them. Stop being a racist. So, all right. So we get into this stuff all the time with most parties. Here's the thing. All right. Police can't really do their job in Democrat cities because of all the regulations they put in place. Going, oh yeah. It is completely fine for these criminals to just walk them out. Okay, so, and then we just keep on going. All right, look, I do believe that the FBI needs to be defunded. As a matter of fact, I think we need to get rid of the FBI altogether because, preferably, even the CIA. All right, these institutions are so corrupt that, like, we literally have to just reorganize them again. Like, we have to get rid of them and build them back up from the ground up. All right, like they're so corrupt. Do you guys really think that JFK was shot for no reason at all? Well, here's the thing. He was going to go and, I don't know, defund or get rid of one of these so-called agencies when he was shot, okay? Just saying. So, we get into this stuff all the time with the left and the Democrats, the conservatives, the Republicans. We get into this stuff all the time with them. And we're supposed to just sit here and act like it is nothing. Here's the thing, all right? Both parties are scared of us being united, all right? Because the worst fear for anyone that's in politics is a united front. United front is what every single politician is scared of. Because here's the thing. If conservatives and Democrats got their head out of their asses, all right, the Democrats turn off CNN, MSNBC, all right, the Republicans, I don't know, actually talk about these issues and actually do stuff about them, we would actually see a good amount of people agreeing. We would be seeing a U.S. that our actual grandparents lived in. All right? That was the last time that the younger generation inherited a better country. Okay? And this is why, like, I say, like, look, I am tired of old people running this country, all right? Because, like, let's be honest, they fucked it up. And that's true. But at the same time, they did a good job. They also did some good things, all right? Two things can be true at the same time. And people don't like to believe that. However, what cannot be true is that a man can become a woman. So, there was a bill down in Florida that was banning the hormone therapy for adolescents. Okay. Which shouldn't be a problem, which everyone should agree with, but because we are in a banana hammock republic, people have a problem with it. So, this is coming from AP News. All right. So, U.S. judge blocks Florida ban on trans minor care in narrow ruling. Says gender identity is real. Well, first of all, it is not. Gender is literally biology. Okay? And Judge Robert Hinkle, a known Democrat that supports chopping off the genitals of young children, and it's been widely known. Okay? Now, Judge Robert Hinkle issued a preliminary injunction saying 3 transgender children can continue receiving treatment. The lawsuit challenges the law DeSantis signed shortly before he announced a run for president. And Hinkle goes on saying, gender identity is real. The record makes it clear. It's not. Okay, why? All right. Why are we saying this is real? It is literally a mental disorder that these institutions are profiting off of. And we're going ahead and we're saying this is real? We're allowing all of this stuff to be so-called real and inclusive. None of this is. It isn't. Get that very, very clear. All right. AP keeps on going. With transgender medical care for minors is increasingly under attack. Well, here's the thing, okay? You shouldn't be doing this to minors in general. You shouldn't be doing this to anyone in general. Because these people are actually mentally ill. They're mentally unstable. Should we actually believe that they know what is right for their body? Because here's the thing, all right? Majority of people that transition regret it. And the suicide rate for these people is even higher after transition. Are you kidding me? All right. Hinkle's ruling was narrowly focused on the 3 children whose parents brought the suit. These parents need to have their children taken away from them because they are abusing them. All right? They are. They deserve to have their kids taken away from them. It's just a fact. And I don't want to hear people going on like, oh, well, it's okay. The parents okayed it. It's fine. No, it is not. This stuff is insane. It is so ridiculous. It is so unhinged that they are doing it. Parents that go ahead and transition their children deserve to have their kids taken away from them. That is a fact. But here's the thing, all right? The exact opposite is happening in freaking Washington, where they say, like, oh, no. You're not transitioning your kids. We're taking them away from you. You were kidnapping them. This is stupid. It's idiotic. You think that this would be one of the only positions that we all can agree on, that transitioning minors is bad? But it's not. Can you believe that? Can you believe that we are so separated that we cannot agree on basic biology? It is ridiculous. Yes, that we cannot agree on this. After all, if we cannot agree that we should be protecting the most innocent lives in our country, do we really have a country left? Can you answer me that question? Matter of fact, we can say no, that we do not. This is the problem. The United States has become a shell of its former self, with the secularism that is empowering all these people to do all these insane acts. This is why people that say, like, oh, I'm atheist and all that, and they don't go to church, they worship the government. Because as beings, we have to worship something. And that's just a matter of fact. We have to worship something. Now, you can yell at me all you want, but it is the truth. I am speaking from years of experience looking at this stuff. I got so fed up seeing all this stuff happening to my country, happening to our country, I should say, to our country, to our world, and seeing that no one my age is doing anything about it. Yes, well, look, we have a few people that talk out against it, but at the same time, they're going on these different podcasts that lean so far to the left. And they aren't really trying to debate them. They're not really trying to do anything. Do we really have to agree with these people? Do we really have to go ahead and validate the feelings for other people? No, we do not. All right. So, here's the thing. What we need to do as the American people to stop this nonsense, to stop this secularist bullshit. We need to rise up. We need to let our voices be heard. These so-called trans activists do it all the time, and we're pushed in a corner. Here's the thing. As the American people, as people that actually believe in the difference between men and women, that has been a difference for literally centuries, we need to stand up. And we need to hold these people accountable. It's about time that we're doing this. And quite frankly, we should have been doing it sooner. We should have been standing up more than 15 years ago. We wouldn't be in this predicament if the older generations stood up and said something 15 years ago. As someone that's in their mid-20s, no one freaking cared about what I was saying when I was 10 years old. No one cared. That's just a fact. But I will say this. I am finally happy and seeing that we're seeing a lot of the younger generation talking about this and going ahead and saying, this is freaking ridiculous. Yes. If you saw the podcast on Thursday, you had someone around my age on, even they said that this is stupid. Once again, Ken, thank you for coming on Thursday. It was a pleasure having you on. But, all right, so I could talk about this topic for literally hours, days, because it is important. But let's get to one of our final topics, all right? First of all, I want to congratulate Tucker on coming back. In fact, Tucker Carlson relaunched his show on Twitter earlier this week. Congratulations, Tucker, on coming back and being the voice that we all need to hear once again. And it's free on Twitter to watch. I think the first episode was like about 10 minutes. Go on Tucker's Twitter. You can watch it there. Okay, so the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court ruled that there was gerrymandering. All right, the Supreme Court rules in favor of black voters in Alabama for racial gerrymandering. Are you kidding me? If this is how we're supposed to be drawing the lines for congressional districts based on race, it is stupid. All right. It's actually illegal because we would be discriminating based on race. But doesn't matter to the Supreme Court. All right. It was a 5-4 decision. So, 2 Republican Supreme Court justices went ahead and crossed the lines. It's saying, like, oh, yeah, it's completely fine for them to do it. But they're saying, like, oh, well, because, I don't know, about a quarter of Alabama is black, therefore, or a quarter of the districts should be the majority black. If that's how it worked, then okay, how about this? All right. I have decided that my refrigerator needs to have about 90% meat. So my refrigerator has that, therefore the rest of the world has to have it. Yeah, no. This is how stupid it is. All right. So we're really basing it on race now. Basing the lines on race is how we get back to, I don't know, what has the left been saying that voter ID is? Jim Crow. It is how we get back to that. Because we are discriminating against race. You want the lines redrawn? Vote people in that will redraw the lines. That's simple. Here's the thing. I don't like gerrymandering whatsoever from both sides. I think it's stupid that you're redrawing the lines every single freaking time. Here's the thing. Maryland redrew its lines to the point where, I don't know, the only Republican district in the state would be Democrat. That is how stupid gerrymandering is. That is what Maryland wanted, but it got shot down because of how idiotic it is. It should be simple. Better candidate wins. That's it. It'd be that simple, but it ain't. So, as the American people, we need to vote. We need to speak out. And that's basically it. Right? We just need to be doing all this. We need to speak out on everything that we agree with and disagree with. Or else we will continue down this spiral of being a shell of freedom. Because here's the thing, the left doesn't want you to talk about anything. The right doesn't really want you to talk about anything. I know we like to say that there's a difference between the two, but there is not. There's not really much of a difference. We should be electing people that can actually make change into this country. But we don't. And this is a problem with America. This is the problem that we will keep on running into until we say no more. Okay. So, I want to thank y'all for listening to the show live. I made the announcement on Thursday that this is going to be a live show 2 days a week. I'm trying to do 2 days a week, everyone. When sometimes I'll have a guest on one of them. The other times we'll be doing the multiple topic show. So, when I don't have a guest on, we'll do happy hour. I know y'all like to do the happy hour streams. It's one of my favorites too. We will be doing that again very, very shortly. We might be doing that next week really, really soon. So make sure you got everything situated for that. As a matter of fact, what I might be doing soon is that I'm going to be dropping a link in the chat to join the live stream. So if you want to join the live stream and ask me a question in person or have a discussion with me on different topics, I will be doing that. Matter of fact, that is going to be one of the shows next week for next week. So keep an eye out for that stream. I will be sending the link in the chat, and you guys can join. All right. So we are going to close off with a quote credited to our very first president. Okay. All right. This is quote by George Washington. Be not glad at the misfortune of another, though he may be your enemy. Do not be not glad at the misfortune of another, though he may be your enemy. That is from the very first president of the United States under the actual Constitution, not not under the Confederacy. All right, I'm going to be on not the Articles of Confederation, because there's a lot more presidents before him if we include that. All right, very first president under the Constitution of the United States, George Washington. All right, thank you all, and God bless, and have a wonderful weekend.